Alright, hello everyone, my name is Zach and welcome to another live stream of Sims 3 Pets, my 100% series. Today we're going to be making a little bit more progress as per usual. First thing we're going to be doing is putting little baby Jean into his crib. And we're also going to be having Dylan get out, and we're gonna try and get him to progress a level in charisma. Before we move things on, there is something that I do want to state, which is I actually managed people watching this on YouTube and people following me on Twitter may already be aware of this, but I did actually complete my first full draft of my book. 30 chapters with an epilogue, and I think in terms of the story, I think it turned out pretty well. I do have one common gripe with it, which is that I feel like that I was kind of rushing to an extent with I feel like I was rushing to an extent with in parts 2 and 3 of my book. So that's something that I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to improve. Is I want in revision, I want to expand on some things just to make them more clear. I actually have ideas about how to go about doing that, but we'll see if it actually turns out well. One other thing that I want to say is I do want to give a shout out. A lot of people have actually been supportive of my channel over the years, and I do kind of feel that I feel like that I've been able to make an extra different people to help my channel grow and to get support from my channel and all that kind of stuff. And I do want to give my thanks out to those people who have supported me over the years. I also would like to give my thanks out to an artist who is actually developing the cover art for my first book. What she has done so far, what she has showed me, it is just phenomenal, and I was actually very impressed with it. So, just wanted to give my thanks out to that person, just in case she's watching. I am currently having some performance issues, some mild performance issues, and that's something that I'm kind of hoping will smooth over. My computer actually froze. My computer actually froze not too long ago, and I had to shut it down and I had to reboot it back up. So that's something that I'm hoping will actually improve. Is just okay. So this actually doesn't count. That's something that I hope will actually improve as I continue to go along with this. I'm kind of hoping that my I'm kind of hoping I'll be able to kind of fix the my computer will be able to handle streaming for 3 hours or 4 hours.
Barcode Tansy, Badenavlap. Sebi Miyor Fatah. Oh, Monica! Danzo, Pabu Snorgo. Mabu Danzo.
That count, or does it need to be an actual sim? Yeah, I need to find someone new to talk to, someone who's not family. Fortunately, that may be all I have. Just looking around Central Park, see if I can find any random sim. This is cool. Is that a person? That's a sign. I'm not seeing anyone here. I'm really just keeping an eye out for random people because I'm gonna need to find someone. We're gonna need to find someone to kind of raise our charisma with.
Jorkim? Huh? Uh-oh.
We're almost max level on charisma.
Oh.
Central Park is usually a high traffic area for random Sims. I just need to try and like, find someone random to come to the park so I can talk to them. Unfortunately, I don't know if we're gonna get that because everyone seems to be. Well, they're not. No one's here. I'm meaning to go to a different location.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Just go to a random house, see where we can go. So I don't think that Dylan has met anyone from the Light household, so I think this would be a good place to go to level up charisma. I was actually encountering some pretty significant difficulties. For those curious, we actually had a wildfire that actually got pretty close to where I live. I actually took a couple pictures of it. But at one point, you could see a fire, like smoke from a fire that's essentially right in my backyard. It's like right across like from the residential area in like a wild area. It's kind of crazy. But there was a wildfire that I experienced, and it did actually. It was actually kind of. It is kind of bad. I think it burned up to like 50,000 acres last I heard. And the last time I heard an update about the amount of acres it burned was a couple days ago. But we were actually at risk of having to evacuate again. And last time that I encountered a wildfire, I actually wasn't there to save any of my stuff. And I actually...
Slinvarbzo, Paritab, Zimzi. Gafam.
I actually ended up... I think we can actually level up here. I actually lost pretty much everything that I had when the last wildfire happened, and I actually had to slowly recover what I lost, and I was literally so panicked, so worried that we're gonna be evacuated, and worried that I was gonna lose everything again, that I packed up my Xbox Series X, my PS5, my computer, my Nintendo Switch, my Game Boy, and all these like nice for level 9. Like all these like different things, and to this day I don't even know if it was really the right call, but it is something that I did do. And when I found out that the fire was moving away from us, I actually decided to just unpack everything and put everything back to where it was. And I think I might have actually damaged something because my computer, my gaming PC that I just bought not too long ago, the fact that it froze when I was just changing the settings with Streamlabs OBS does give me cause for concern. So that's one thing that I'm kind of worried about at this point. I'm worried about my stream kind of crashing. It shouldn't actually crash because really nothing much changed. But another thing that I'm concerned about is last week on Friday, when I ended my Sims 3 Pets stream and I was putting my Xbox away, I accidentally dropped my Xbox. Like, I keep it in the top drawer of my dresser because I really only have room on my dresser for like 2 consoles. I have a PS5 and I usually have my Series X on it. So whenever I want to stop playing the 360, I disconnect the 360 and I store it in the top drawer of my dresser. When I was putting it in my dresser, I accidentally did something that was actually kind of stupid, where I actually freaking, I was putting it in, and then I lost my grip on it, and the thing, the back of the Xbox was already touching the floor, but the front of the Xbox was on the was in the air, and it just kind of slammed down to the bottom of the dresser. And I hope to God that it didn't break anything by doing that. I don't think I did, but it would really kind of upset me if I did manage to damage my Xbox. This is one thing that I'm kind of worried about at this point. Is I don't want my 360 to end up breaking, because I don't know if I can afford another trip to the repair shop, at least not at this point. It's really kind of dumb. Just every problem that I have is usually caused by myself in some way. But I possibly damaged my computer because I was carelessly unplugging everything and putting it in a box. I possibly damaged my Xbox because I accidentally dropped it. So dumb. The reason why we're having Jean, I want to have Jean like continue to play with his xylophone is xylophone actually gives him like early levels in music, and he's gonna be the musician of the family. We're actually gonna go for the other branch of the music career that we didn't go for earlier in the playthrough. I don't trust that. I'm actually gonna go into Build and Buy mode and sell that every single time I leave the house with food spoils. Xbox drawer, serve lunch, gonna make grilled cheese. Something I could talk about. Sorry, I had some coffee go down the wrong pipe. Something I could talk about, which is something I kind of mentioned uh, last week. I think it was on Sunday night, Monday morning. I made a post on YouTube after, actually before the 15th episode of Saints Row went up. Like my 15th live stream from last Sunday went up on YouTube. I made a post on YouTube saying that I think it may be 5 or 6 streams, and I will 100% Saints Row 1. Saints Row 1 is actually at 70% completion, so we just have like essentially 13 main missions left, 7 activities, one set of collectibles. You have 60 CDs you need to collect, and then like 8 or so different achievements. Once we get that, then the game will be 100%ed. But we're gonna be handling the multiplayer offline, which means I'm gonna be recording it post stream, and we are gonna be. I'm recording it offline. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna recording it offline. I'm gonna be uploading it for YouTube only. And what I'm basically going to do is I am going to be kind of showing myself getting most, if not all, of the achievements for multiplayer. And only then, well, when that's done and everything's done and I got everything that I can do, only then will I move on to Saints Row 2. But Saints Row 2 is probably not going to happen right now because I did decide that when Saints Row 1 ends on Twitch, we're going to be starting Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Wait. We're going to be starting Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon on Twitch. And I have not looked into much with what we need to do for Far Cry Blood Dragon. I do know that it does have a certain amount of collectibles. As a Far Cry game, it definitely has some outposts we need to clear out. And it does have a fair amount of achievements as well. What I want to do is, it's probably going to take us about 3 or 4 live streams to wrap that up, and then we're going to be moving on to Assassin's Creed Syndicate. One thing I will say is when Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon takes its place on the queue, it takes its place on the schedule, what I want to do, I need to go over here. What I want to do next is kind of add Just Cause 1 to the queue. And Just Cause 1 is actually a fairly interesting game. It's obviously the first of the Just Cause series. But what I actually played a little bit of it. I played about to the halfway point of the game, but I didn't actually finish it. I've never actually finished a single Just Cause game, so I'm actually really excited to be playing that at some time in the near future. Just Cause 1 will be the first of 4 games that I will cover on my channel. I'm planning on covering every single game in the Just Cause series, including Just Cause 3, which does have its fair amount of glitches, and Just Cause 4, which is arguably just kind of didn't really do so well in terms of sales. I do really like Rico as a character. I do think this character is kind of fascinating, is that he's sort of like a badass lead character. But I'm actually really excited. I'm really excited to play Just Cause 1, and I think it's about time for me to try that game. When I finish Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon and we move on to Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I haven't completely decided what I want to do then. In all honesty, I think by then I may actually finish Infamous 1. So we may put Sly Cooper 2 on the queue, but I haven't really decided. But that's my plan for right now. That's what I have, what I think I want to do. And we'll see if it works out. Yeah, I need you to write. Continue writing. I don't know why the objective is kind of being weird. You just, everyone is always waiting outside. Do I have something disabled in settings? I don't know. It should, I don't have autonomy on anybody. I honestly don't know what I want him to do. I can't really do anything with him until he goes to a career. So I guess for now we'll just have him. He can dance. We're actually getting very close to getting level 10 athletic with Zara. There we go. So now we don't need to do this anymore. Actually, take a look at the lifetime rewards. At 33,000 points. See what we can get. I think we're gonna get a 30,001. I think we're gonna get Meditate Trance Sleep.
Whip Nachaba Dark!
And it's go to sleep. Actually, no, it's. I really don't know what I want to do. Take a look at the skills for writing. We're currently 2 levels away from max level writing. We 30,000 royalties and we have earned 1,000. Actually, no, we've done like almost 3,000. That's our current weekly royalties. We need 20 books in our career, we've done 9. Kind of got into an argument with my mom recently. My mom and my dad are pretty much the only people that I've read any part of my work, except for like those rare instances when I try and sign up for peer review sites that I found online. A lot of people who read my book, parts of my book, were actually interested to see more. There is only one person that consistently found themselves being confused with, which is actually my mom. And I finally had a chance to talk to her, and I realized the thing that she was confused at just really she shouldn't have been confused with, because I literally spelled it out like what exactly was going on. Like an example is in one of the first parts when the main character was introduced in my book. For those curious, my book focuses on the conflict between heaven and hell. And I introduced a character, and I said that he lives in between the twin capitals of heaven, Estacia and Yaba, so that indicates that he is in heaven. My mom somehow read that and thought he was being kind of. He was on Earth. He was being introduced by an angel. An angel came to him for help on Earth. and just being taken to heaven. That's not at all what I had written down. And then she ended up getting confused on some other parts, and she said other people get confused too. Other people get confused too. I actually talked to my dad, and another thing I was confused with was my concept of sages, where I described them as essentially being tech support for the protagonistic group known as the Hyde Agency. And Mom read that, and she was so confused because she was so lost at what a sage actually was when I thought it was essentially pretty clear. And I found myself actually kind of getting a little bit frustrated because I legitimately wondered if my mom even read the book and if she actually really understood what I was trying to convey, because it seemed to me that she was just not really paying attention or not really understanding the things that were just, to me, that were pretty obvious. And to Dad, whenever I asked a question to him, it was pretty obvious to him. But it just kind of makes me realize that some people may not actually kind of get it. I guess that people don't really read the same, or they just have a different understanding of things. But I would think that I would have made it pretty clear that the story opens up in heaven. But I guess my manga got confused. Good night. I actually need to take a look at the trays for Dylan. He is not family friendly, so Tanisha will need to do it. Or family oriented. And I need to defeat John in the high chair. I actually don't really know how long I'm going to be streaming this game for today. I will try and stream for 4 hours, but it's possible I may hit my limit. There's only so much of this game that I can really handle. And part of the reason why I keep buying this stream like an hour early, 30 minutes early, 2 hours early, it really depends on how much I'm enjoying this game. I really kind of like, that's really primarily the reason why I kind of like a lot of the streams early. It's it really is dependent on how much I'm currently enjoying the game, and if I feel like that I'm not having fun, then I'm willing to stream early. But this is one of those games where it's slower pace. It takes longer for me to progress because there's not really much we can do until our sim either A, goes out to work, or when their needs need to be taken care of, or their skills need to be worked on. Everything else, there's a lot of downtime here. So that's one of the reasons why I just haven't really been enjoying myself as much as I have with Sims 3 Pets, and why I keep on ending the stream an hour early, 30 minutes early, whatever. It's just, it all depends on how much I am enjoying this game, and I can honestly say that I don't know I actually don't know how long I'm gonna be streaming this game for. I'll shoot for 2 hours. If I feel like I can stream more, then I'll stream more. But we'll see what we can do. I think my main issue that I have is it's not as entertaining for me with this game because there's a lot of like slow moving elements. Seriously.
Bredazine, Nebneb, Bansa,
Kuko.
Kubasu, Nebneb, Chiga, Zerkala. Ah, Ubi, Wah. Bansa, Bansa, Bija Volala.
Oh.
I do not remember starting Tisha Talk. I guess I did. I remember like teaching him how to walk, and I remember getting him close to learning how to use the bathroom.
Lita Gurn. Bansa. Kubasu Nebneb. Bija Vola. Bija Vola. Yixi Zerkala. Bija Volala. Bansa. Chivadu. Nebneb. Chiga Zerkala. Bija Vola. Thepsabo.
1 hour, the car doesn't come. We're just getting direct Zara to go to work.
Gucci Darbo.
It's possible that we can't because we may encounter the glitch again.
Lita Gurn. Bija Vola. Yixi Zerkala. Chivadu. Nebneb.
Hadug.
Thepsabo. Bija Vola. Balabas Nebneb.
Are you a dog?
Oh, Lita Gurn. Bija Volala. Bansa. Ah, Ubi Gua. Bija Vola. Kubasu Nebneb. Oh, Lita Gurn.
Yeah, we can't do it yet. It's a common problem that I actually encounter a lot lately. I kind of figured this was gonna happen. We did end the stream last week with getting promotion. For some reason, criminal career is kind of glitched where if we get promoted one day, you can't go to work the next. So that's really kind of unfortunate, but we actually can't go to work here, so we're just gonna have Zara go to sleep.
Gucci Darbo. Oh, Lita Gurn. Chivadu. Nebneb. Kubasu Nebneb. Bansa. Bredazine Nebneb. Kubasu Nebneb. Bija Volala.
Ambu Zerkala.
Come on. Okay, Jean Knight. Pick up Jean. And Potty Train. So this should be the last thing that we need to do. We're still gonna have Jean like be a toddler just for a little bit longer because I do want him to get like as much levels as we can get on.
Rapi
That was all we need. Are you serious?
Samodiga.
I do want to get as much levels as I can, and getting summary levels and getting some early levels in music. So we're gonna have him play the xylophone while we go ahead and get some meat and tend to get some food and tend to the needs of Tanisha. We'll definitely be getting promotion in politics tomorrow, I believe. I think we have work tomorrow. Yes. So we'll be getting a promotion tomorrow. G9. Pick up Jean. We're actually gonna change the diaper just to restore his hygiene. What are you doing? Stop. Why are you going that far? Change his diaper.
Oh, Farno. Sabadoo.
And now I want you to put Jean down here. We're gonna have you eat. Gonna be use a bathroom, and we're gonna have you watch TV just to raise your happiness. Actually, we're gonna have you empty, and then but I was gonna turn off the stereo. We essentially have all we need to get him we essentially have all we need to level him up. So since we get like as much levels as we can with the xylophone, we're gonna change the semi span to brief, just so that we can get Jean aced up.
Mm. 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 Mm.
Grilled cheese, clean up, watch TV. I don't know why they're glitched and they're just showing wait outside. What the fuck are you doing here? In your home? I knew I heard a dog. Actually, kind of curious about something. I'm actually gonna look into the xylophone on Sims 3 and just figure out like what exactly it does for a baby when he uses it. Sims 3 xylophone toddler. What does it do? Xylophone gets him up to 3 levels. The xylophone skill was translated to good guitar skill at the appropriate age. It can work out with a stereo or TV, but won't get the skill until later. Kids can cook with the kids' baking oven or use a block table and have cooking and handiness show up later. Okay. So you just can only get 3 levels of xylophone skill, which will translate to 3 levels of guitar when I think you can only use guitar when you are a teenager. I could be wrong. So really, as soon as we get him up to, I think this is his 3rd level. So once Jean gets to level 3 in his xylophone, we can just like get him to you can just get him to age up like faster. What is he at? 6. Excuse me, it's 6 days. I have the hiccups. I don't know why. It just freaking randomly started happening. Usually there's some causes to it, but literally getting ready to steal candy from him. Jean has learned all he can from the xylophone. This is sure to aid him in skill development later in life. And Jean, actually, we're gonna put Jean in the crib, but we're also going to get. They just said that blocks actually gives them some early levels in handles, which could be helpful. Was it under kids furniture? No. Toys? I think this is it. Believe that will actually get him to I believe that will get him levels in handiness when he's older. I still think that sprite, like in the right corner, like above the social needs, makes a kid look so ugly. Like the worst sprite for a baby's face I can think of. There's actually some people that I've actually heard where they say that they guys consider some babies to look ugly in games. I actually kind of heard that said in God, there's some horror games, I think. Yeah, it was actually a game that God, what game was that? Oh, I was watching a streamer play the new DLC for Final Fantasy 16, And people in chat were saying that the baby in that DLC, that's essentially like the focal point for the plot of the DLC, looks so ugly. And some people were saying to punt it like a football. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Like, people literally thought that the baby and the DLC for Final Fantasy 16 just looked so ugly. It's so funny to me. So at least I'm not the only one who thinks that some babies' designs look bad in games. It's also kind of funny because half of the stream were commenting on how the baby looked. And I think the only reason why they were saying that was because the baby had like some sort of face paint on it that kind of made him look weird. And then like when the baby, it showed the baby crying, like because for those curious, Final Fantasy 16 essentially has people that can control a summon entity, like Bahamut or Ifrit or Baphomet, I think is another one. Like, it has all these like different like summon abilities that people can't control, and they actually do not just like control like the abilities of these summon entities, but they can become the summon entities. And they, in the story for this DLC, spoiler alert, they had a baby that essentially could turn into a summon entity, and that's all I will say. And some people had problems with the design of it. Why were you just? I just put the baby in the crib. What do you do? Zara actually has the evil trait, and one thing that we was kind of curious about, was kind of worried about, is we actually had to have her like steal candy from a baby like 10 times for a challenge, and that's something that she tried to do earlier, but I canceled it. The fact that I just saw like Zara like put the baby back in his crib does kind of make me a little bit worried as to what she just did, but I don't think the fact that Jean didn't have like any negative boom list, I think is fine. I really wish we had any major skills we could work on. I think what we can do though is to have him go ahead and work on his charisma skill. We need a few levels for. We need to get 3 additional relationships for charisma though. So we need to find like 3 strangers. But we are 1 friendship away from getting another milestone, which is super friendly, which is very nice to have, and that essentially gives you the same things as long distance friends, but where friendships never decay. And we need 10 best friends for everybody's best friend, and we don't. We have 4. We have 4 best friends. So what we can do for now is have Dylan just work on his speech, trying to get his speech up, just so that we can progress it a little bit. Probably won't be able to do too much, but we'll be able to do something. Go ahead and change. Actually, there's really no need to do that just yet, because I do want to get some levels in the box. Gonna go to sleep, kid? fucking why? That is just fuck. Put the baby in the crib. He was fine. Finally had him to go to sleep. He freaking. Why are you such a bitch?
Der Nerbe.
That's exactly what I was worried about. Just stealing candy from him when I'm trying to have him go to sleep. Go downstairs and eat. I get the feeling people may like get offended with me just like calling female characters in this game like a bitch, but that is kind of like that is kind of accurate name to describe what she just did. As I said earlier, a couple streams ago, I don't really call people profanic slurs if it's really meant to be, if I intend it to be like a derogatory thing for like a gender or for a race. I usually call someone like a bitch based on their behavior. So apologies if you take offense to that, but it's stealing candy from a sleeping baby. It's just kind of it is kind of describing of that type of thing. That is actually something that I've been trying to like be more aware of. Is I do know that I do swear a lot. I do know that I just actually don't really have a filter. And that's something that I feel like may have to change in the future, but one step at a time. So we need to get him to 2 days, just so that we can age him up normally. So really 3 days to kill. Yeah, we need to feed the kid in a high chair.
Yeah.
Ilatopto. Shishi Sulsul.
Yeah, let's go ahead and leftovers, grilled cheese. I should hold off on eating for now. I think that it's actually. I think maybe in a few more live streams we'll be able to get to level 10 in both of our careers, or maybe one or two. We're level 6 in both criminal and political. I think by the end of the stream we'll probably be level 8 in both, maybe 8 and 7.
Wavarcha!
And once I use the bathroom, I'm gonna have go back to the crib. What are you doing? Use a potty chair. What are you doing? Get out of there! Go! Go here! Jesus. For those curious, Sims typically don't they can't use the bathroom if another Sim is in there because they get embarrassed. Worst possible time to check yourself in the mirror. Is that supposed to be Marilyn Monroe? That looks like her. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen like any of Marilyn Monroe's movies, but I have seen some pictures of her. Honestly, there's not that many movies from that era of television that I have seen. One of the movies that I watched in that era was I actually forget what movie it's called. Rosebud. Citizen Kane. Movie that came out in 1941. That's pretty much the only era movie that I've seen of that period. It's actually a really good movie. If you want to watch like an interesting movie, I actually encourage you to watch Citizen Kane. What is going on? Put in crib. That's Tanisha Spain skill level 2.
Hmm.
Gonna be going to sleep any minute now. You gonna change? There you go. First that potted chair empty. It's actually good that we're working on painting. I've been focusing a lot on writing. We also need to get level 10 in painting for Lifetime Wish. Stop doing that!
Abby Norblegore.
Let the baby sleep, you freaking idiot! Put the baby in the crib! Stop doing that! Let him sleep! Jesus, it's so frustrating. Let him sleep! Let him sleep! God, I can't do anything with no energy, you dumbass Sims! Let the baby sleep! God! Freaking Sims AI are so fucking stupid! Not at all what I want you to do. God, fucking Zara, like, she just keeps on, like, messing with shit. I don't want her to interact with the baby. I don't want her still caring with the baby. I don't want her to play with the baby. Leave the baby alone. Jesus. Just let the baby sleep. Let him gain his energy back so I can do something with him. Quit freaking distracting him. Sims do that all the time when I try and get them to do something and they just distract themselves. Like, stop doing that. My biggest pet peeves of this game is Sims just doing whatever the fuck they want and often impeding what I want other Sims to do. Go to sleep. Don't make me read you Samuel L. Jackson's children's book. Go the fuck to sleep. I won't read you to that. It's actually a really funny video of Mr. Samuel L. Jackson reading that book. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's written by Samuel L. Jackson, it wouldn't surprise me if it was. But there's a video, it's actually really funny. It's probably not suitable for kids, but it's like a children's book. Like, I always say that it was written by Samuel L. Jackson. I don't know if it's the case, but it's really funny. There's also, there's another children's book in my mind. I was gonna use a different example, another children's book. I can't remember what it was. It's not a children's book. I was gonna sing the thing. I was thinking of the song by Eminem. Go to sleep, bitch. Why are you still alive? I love Eminem so much. I have like so many friends that are fans of Eminem. I think it'd be so cool. I feel like if I were to meet any celebrity in my life, I honestly wouldn't be disappointed to meet Eminem. It's just how much I love his music. And that's kind of funny, he just released a song called Houdini, which is possibly like the most controversial songs he ever made, which was essentially meant to attack those that tried to quote unquote cancel him. And he's essentially just attacking like all these people that were attacking him and all this kind of stuff, and he just didn't give a crap. He didn't give a crap, and it's actually really funny. Really just having her work out so you don't have to worry about her at all and mess with the baby. Dylan's main appearance, complete the super friendly skill milestone. Whose friend did I meet? Okay, well that's interesting. Dylan was out stumping for a major issue and got caught up in the moment. He held the audience riveted with a long oratory worthy of the days old. His co-workers are impressed. So that means we got friends with our coworkers? Is that who it was? Yeah, we became friends with our coworkers, Maria Steen. Definitely getting promoted after today. I have no idea who you are.
Susul.
Mosto.
Susul.
Korkor.
Your leftovers, grilled cheese. I'm gonna have you. Gonna have you eat again. Work out again. We are getting close to finishing a book. How are you doing? $501 today. Congratulations, Dylan's impressive performance has earned him a promotion to mayor as well as a bonus of $1,092. The legislative branch is all well and good, but the executive branch is really where the power lies. As a mayor, he can now dictate terms to the city council he used to serve, and in the process enact changes as you see fit. Rule with a firm fist and gentle touch, but never forget to keep your constituents happy. On the nominee is $132 per hour, works from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Sure, we'll customize.
Brunarkdar.
Oh my god, he got the freaking sash. That is awesome. I actually like that look. I don't like that blue. I kind of screwed up. Can I create this and just make the suit black? I can't tell what color these are. Look this. Okay, so those are all brown. That looks black. I can't tell. I got a glare right where the thing is because I'm seeing a reflection of my ceiling lamp. Ceiling light. Yeah, I think that's black. I actually kind of like that look. That is just beautiful. Oh my god, it's so funny. He literally, so for those curious what this reminds me of, there are these really stupid like pageants that used to be a thing. I don't know if it still is, but like Miss America pageants, where I think it's models. I need to know if they still do that. I have to know. I remember hearing about that and seeing videos of that. Yeah, that is still a thing. So, for those curious, Miss America is a pageant that used to be, that is still active today. In fact, they're going to be hosting, they actually hosted something on June 15th, 2024, so it's a month ago. But it's the models of different states that go on to compete like, for the title of Miss America. It's a really stupid pageant. I only know of it because I saw clips of what the things of. But that sash that freaking Dylan is wearing around him literally reminds me of like those sashes that Miss America pageant girls wear. I'm sorry, pageant women. Personally, I was never really too much of a fan of it. I think it's just kind of stupid. I think all beauty pageants are stupid. But if you're a fan of them, not gonna hold anything against you. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. Everyone has their own taste. But personally, I never really saw the appeal of beauty pageants. But that's literally what it reminds me of when I see that sash around his neck.
Mm. 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 Nar. Babaladu. Lalag.
See, Tunisia's newest science fiction saga, Blender's Fame 2, aims for the excitement of a blockbuster summer movie condensed into 151 pages of technology and spaceships. It's being compared to Special Snowflake in some circles. First reviews are already in. It's clear that Blender's Fame 2 is going to be a bestseller. Each individual received 6 royalty payments, and 285 payments will be received on Sunday at 12 p.m. How is that? That's fine. Let's take a look at our writing things. Like, complete 10 books, we need to write 20. Written 2 bestsellers is nice. So the fact that we have earned like $3,300 in our weekly royalties is 1,539, and we just got 285 added to that, so we were at like roughly 1,300. Makes you feel like that we've been like, working on this for about 3 weeks, I'm gonna say. Maybe 2 weeks. Still need to write 10 more books for a prolific writer. Before we have you go to sleep, I need to do something special. I need to invite Vincent Gilman over and we're gonna get a donation from him. It's always best to ask for money from a rich person. You're friends with Vincent Gilman, right? With Eva Gilman, I should say. Cell phone, call sim, invite over. Gotta invite over. And she is rich. We should be able to get a donation from her. Oh, she's already here.
Zonadare. Mm-hmm. Mm. Arktub. Vuhitsi, Antu.
Hey. Really? Fine enough.
Fuga.
Okay, well that didn't even get me into green this time. Okay, so it's cell phone, call sim, invite overs, try Vincent Gilman. So this should get me into green.
Jarni. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Let's see where this puts us.
Lugord. Heptor and Sebi, Zara.
And we're good. Okay, it's have you leave.
Shlini.
We're gonna have you sleep. Want you to I want you to put nice. I want you to put to feed Jean. Jean Knight, Feed, and High Chair. I think tomorrow what I want to try and do is I want to invite her coworker over, who is Susanna Nickerson. I want to raise her friendship up a bit so it's a slightly higher level. When we get Jean up to child, then we're gonna have another baby. And as I said before, since Jean is gonna be in the music career, we're gonna go for the different career for Rockstar. Our next child is gonna be in journalism. And as I said before, if it's a girl, we're gonna name her Hope. If it's a boy, we're gonna name him Raphael. Which are both characters in my story. Or one of them isn't even really a character that's written yet, but they will be a character. They both will be characters. In fact, one of them is actually gonna make his introduction in book 2, whereas Hope is way in the future in the final book. So 13 books down the line is when Hope will make her debut. No, stop painting! It's actually kind of funny, like, my only reason for creating Hope was because I actually told my mother, my uber religious mother, my plans for the end of the story, and she didn't like what I actually had planned. So instead, I decided to go a different route with the story. So we'll see if this different route is actually better, but I think I kind of like it. The issue that I currently have, even though the ending of the story is, I feel like, is really strong, is powerful, it is almost kind of symbolic. I do kind of feel that my idea for what I want to try and do may be slightly controversial because it's really only successfully been done one time, and it's not really to an extent that I am actually going to be doing it. So we'll see if it works. Like every single book, I'm actually planning on experimenting with form of writing in one shape or another. And I guess what I will say is my final experiment in book 13 is something that pretty much like very few writers have actually been able to do successfully. But it is something that I think I will actually be able to do because it's just a unique situation. Because I do kind of feel that it's a unique situation, and I think that if I handle it correctly, it will work. and will essentially work to bring the entire series to a close. Whether or not people will like it, or whether or not people will have problems with it, is really unknown at this time, but it is like my final experiment with the form, and I hope that people will appreciate it. Actually gonna buy a second. Oh, we already have one. Okay. Did I buy that and I forgot that I placed that? That's actually kind of funny. So this block toy should give me early levels and hairiness, which is actually really nice to have. That actually may be a throw. Stop it! Stop it! Workout! Strength! Get the frick out of my face! Hate it when they freaking do that shit. It's one of the downsides to Evil Sims. I need to eat. Have cooked meal, have canned soup. It doesn't really matter what you do. Be knowledgeable with pegs or enchiladas and oh, it's logic. I actually don't want logic. I thought it was handiness. I thought it was handiness. Is that wrong? It said blocks. Freaking IGN. I can't believe that IGN has a guide for Sims 3. And it's freaking useless. Handiness is the block oh, it's the oh. I got that completely wrong. Not the block toy, it's a block table. Kind of weird how it has like two different things. I have money, I can spend it. Dedicate enough hours to string training to complete the bodybuilder. What's that do again? They never fit together. Okay, well that's nice. I remember a marathon runner being an absolute freaking pain. Because we had to do that a lot. We essentially had to have our first character, Zack Knight, literally jog from like location to location, like on the map, and that's how we got the 500 kilometers. 75 things for cardio, so this is gonna take a little bit longer. We're not too worried about doing this, but so one thing that I am actually kind of curious about, uh, journalism is one of those careers that I essentially know nothing about. In this game, I don't think I've ever made like touch journalism, but I don't think I went far in it. I'm actually kind of curious to see what's gonna happen there. What's that career is gonna be like? I should say. I know he uses the skill of writing. I may not be able to do this uh until they're older. Can play with it, but not getting a skill. Alright, if that's the case, so let's just go ahead. Not lessons. I think we're actually gonna wait a little bit before we get another kid. I was gonna like immediately just have another kid, but they're gonna wait a little bit. I also need to verify something. Pessimism is added again. Sims 3 What's the earliest you can have a birthday for a child sim? I think it's 2 days. 2 days or less is like the thing. I'm getting mixed information now, but I think we'll be fine doing like 2 days. I believe we have taught him to walk, we had taught him to talk, and we taught him how to crap in the toilet, so I think we should be good.
Oh, darn nerb. Oh, I got league. Oh, Chobi Chobi. Oh, Avi Zubo.
Yeah, let's see what the kid turns into. What's loud?
Oh, I got league.
Gonna adjust the headset volume.
Oh, Chobi Chobi. Oh, it's Frank Zoo.
Slightly a bit loud.
Oh, Avi Zubo. Oh, Chobi Chobi. Oh, it's Frank Zoo. Oh, Avi Zubo.
Sanjanina.
Oh, Kalamugo.
Yeah, Sneaga Bog. Oh, Sinanati.
Okay, moment of truth. What's it gonna look like?
Ooh, Sabaduda. Ooh, Sino. Yeah.
Did well. So we want him to be a musician, so see what we can find for that. I think perfectionist would be a good trait for him to have. We don't have, we may have perfectionist. Yes, we do. See, cooking, writing, painting. No, that's actually not a good skill to have. I I guess Lucky would be a good one. What's Lucky do? Honestly, I think we may have like all the good traits for this. Let's see, follow through life with a company sense of luck. They went off to it's more like event based. May just have a throwaway trait. We're probably gonna continue on with Jean as a lead of the family, and I think I actually know who I want to try and like have him be in a relationship with. And that's someone that we met. I'm trying to figure out like what I want to have him have. Ambitious could be a good trait, but it does have a negative drawback. You will get to negative moodlets if you don't progress the career fast enough, which really only takes like 2 days to advance a career on a typical day. I'm trying to figure out like what I want for him. He may do a throwaway trade. It's something that is just decent. Trying to think. Maybe friendly or not good. Maybe friendly. Friendly could be a good one. Yeah, in lieu of anything else, that may be good. Actually, before we move on, may actually help me decide. Music, career, good, trades to have. I actually recommend Schmoozer, which is not a trait I typically like. Virtuoso, Schmoozer, and Genius. Huh. Why is Genius a good trait to have? If you're going for composer route, that's actually required for composer? Yeah, it is. Yeah, so that's not helpful to me. We're just gonna go friendly. We could do Schmoozer, better man like that trait. We're just gonna go friendly. Is it just me, or does he look Asian? That's a little bit Asian there. I don't know if that's racist of me saying that, just looking at the eyes.
British Nina.
So for those curious, Jean is actually named after a character from my story. His full name in my story is Jean Michel Devereaux. Michel is the French name for Michael. In my story, he's a French Templar who served in the Crusades. And what he essentially is his story is kind of more so based on his story is more so based on like learning to forgive himself for his mistakes, where he essentially, in my story, he's overcome by grief. He doesn't feel like he deserves to be in heaven, and the only reason why he is in heaven is because he regretted what he did. And he feels like that he should be in hell. He's always beating himself up. He's always searching for a way to redeem himself. So much so that he obsesses over that type of thing. And it's really just, in a nutshell, like who my character is. He essentially is someone who's working on eventually being able to forgive himself for his mistakes. And he kind of does this through different ways. In my story, I'm planning on having him trying to seek forgiveness from his coworkers, trying to seek forgiveness from the person that he hurt, and eventually him learning to forgive himself. And that's essentially like the main, his essential character arc. I need to change the hair. I don't like the freaking hair. That's really my main problem with it. Like, if he had longer hair, I would enjoy it more. Trying to find the shade. The black. Yeah, it's good. I don't like those freaking army boots, whatever they're called. Uh, that's fine. That's not fine. Let's go with white. That's better. Sleepwear. That's fine. I don't really care. Athletic. I like everything except for the shoes. People may say real men wear pink. I don't really like wearing pink. But I guess I'm not a real man. That's fine. Can I change his hair? Yes. Your hair needs to go. I'm trying to picture. So we'll say the further along I go in my story, the fuzzier the images of my characters go. I was actually kind of lucky because so far, like a lot of the characters that I kind of named my Sims after are characters I'm actively working on. Like, for example, like Zara and Dylan are characters from the first and second book, respectively. For a character like Jean, He has long hair. If I had a hairstyle like that as a kid, I would get beaten up so fast. We're gonna go with this one. He gets older, we'll see if we can extend a little bit. That's hair options. Oh. Yeah, I need you to work out. Cardio. It's nice that we finally have a kid. Like a child. I don't have to worry about toddler for now. I will say that, I should take a look at everything. Level 7, we have 4 more levels, 7, 8, 9, 10. Really 3 more levels to go before we are done with the political career. Trying to think. So what I'm actually thinking about, the reason why I was taking a moment to look at that is the urge to kind of end the stream at the 3 hour mark is actually pretty big at this point. So I'm actually wanting to know like how much progress I can get done in the next hour. As I said before, like the how long I stream this game really depends on how much I'm enjoying it. And there's been a lot of slow progress in this game to the point that I just don't really feel that I'm enjoying myself that much. There's really because there's not much else. There's a lot of downtime, as I said before. So, really kind of my main criticism. For those curious, I am considering playing Sims 4, but it's not gonna be anytime soon. Simple shower, repair shower. Actually thinking about shaving my entire beard off. My face is consistently getting itchy. I actually took a shower today to just wash my face, thinking there's just something, my face has been irritating it, but it's just really itchy, like right around the mouth where my facial hair is. And I don't know why it is having these issues, like why I'm constantly just finding myself like getting, turn them off the floor there. I don't know why like I keep on having these issues with my facial hair, but it's just, I don't know. I think my I think I don't know, like maybe like yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to like figure out like why like my facial hair is just giving me issues all of a sudden. I'm drawing a blank. So before we get too far into this, my idea. Where are you? This is actually who I was thinking about having Jean get in a relationship with, Takesha Zhu. Like obviously, like I encounter people that say this all the time whenever I do research for this game. People may think that I'm grooming. People may think that I'm a pedophile, but it's really strategizing because they're not going to be kids for long. But she's about Jean's age. When she gets an adult, could be a good option. So our household has 4 Sims. We have room for 2 more. I'm so tired right now. Actually, another reason why I kind of want to end it off early is because I'm just falling asleep. I'm actually kind of really excited to play Infamous tomorrow. Infamous and Saints Row on Sunday. They're like the games I look forward to the most. My main problem with Infamous at this point is really my engagement with the game. Like, I find myself just constantly just not wanting to play whenever I find myself stuck in the loop of side quests. Followed by, stop doing that. Just, if you want to dance, dance. I find myself, like, constantly just, and not being engaged, I guess. Not wanting to play whenever I find myself stuck in the loop of side quest, desperation. followed by just a little bit of story progress. And I think that's really my problem with the game in general, is side quests are just very boring and they're all the same. That's really been my problem with the side quests in Infamous 1. If the side quests were more unique and actually added something to the story, then I would be more interested in play it. But they're all the same and I just don't really like it. I honestly think the side quests are probably the weakest part of the game. I can handle exploring the map and looking for collectibles. I can't handle the side quests. Something that I actually heard about is apparently Infamous 2 improves on a lot of the problems that Infamous 1 had. I hope one of the main problems it fixes is the issues that I have with the side quests. If they actually make the side quests more engaging in Infamous 2, then I would actually enjoy it more. There's a YouTuber that I follow on my personal channel called That Boy Aqua. He does like a lot of game reviews. He covered every single game of the Infamous series, from Infamous 1 to Infamous Second Son. I have no idea if he covered Last Light or not. I remember he said when he was covering Infamous 2 that Infamous 2 improves on a lot of problems Infamous 1 had, but also keeps some of the problems as well. So doesn't like get rid of every single problem with Infamous 1, but it fixes a lot of them. And that's something that I'm actually just kind of interested about. I'm actually kind of interested to see what Infamous 2 actually does. And I actually don't know. I don't know what Infamous, how much of an improvement Infamous 2 will be, but it is something that I am kind of interested in seeing for myself. One thing that I am excited for is people may or may not be aware, I currently have like a platinum project on PlayStation 5. Where I'm going to be getting the platinum trophy for one Infamous game from one Sly Cooper game for one Infamous game. First platinum I ever got was Sly Cooper 1 for the HD collection. Then I'm working on Infamous 1, getting the platinum for Infamous 1. And the next project that I want to work on is gonna be going back to Sly Cooper 2, and so many people actually praise the game as being so much better than Sly 1. I'm personally really excited to see what that game actually does, what it actually improves. But we'll see. We'll see. I can't take him off the puddle. There you go. We'll see what the game does. I do know that there are still bottles you have to find in Sly Cooper 2, and there's one world that I'm not looking forward to. For those curious, there are 2 chapters focusing on the Contessa, which is like a spider antagonist in Sly Cooper 2, and her world is just... It really makes me... For those curious, for those who may remember my playthrough of Sly Cooper 1, I expressed my disdain for the voodoo world, the Swan voodoo world of Miss Ruby, because of how it just kind of makes me very anxious and just kind of raise my anxiety. I get the feeling that the Contessa's world, which is essentially like gothic architecture and essentially has werewolf-like enemies, I get the feeling those enemies are gonna be, that world's gonna be even worse. I feel like a lot of Sly Cooper games kind of have those darker worlds, but I think it's really only... I'm trying to think. Is Sly Cooper 3... I'm trying to think. What does Sly 3 have? I know it has like the Outback world. the flight world, the plane world, the pirate world. There's two more I'm not thinking of. Oh, and the Italy is another one. And I think the last one is Slice Island. So that's so I guess like Flight 3 doesn't have it. Flight 4, Japan, West, Prehistoric. Yeah, Flight 4 is gonna be. It's really the first two games I kind of had those simple worlds. I guess you could say that Sly 4's world of kind of it was called, focusing on the Middle Ages, the knights and chivalry, all this kind of stuff. I guess you could say that that world has its kind of has its my brain is trying to blank. Kind of has its connection to those type of games, those type of worlds, but I honestly don't really find that world to be scary. Or not really scary, but more like anxious. Like, I don't think that's a world that will trigger my anxiety. As I said before, when I was bringing that up when I first played Mystery Beach World, a lot of worlds and a lot of the old school like adventure, a lot. One of my friends actually called those type of games mascot platformers. Got John blank. A lot of the worlds actually gonna have like darker themed worlds just to try to like raise the anxiety of kids playing it. Like Banjo Kazooie did that a couple of times with the Monster House world and the I can't remember what Banjo Tooie had. I think Banjo Tooie had the factory that's kind of more that thing. And I think Mario 64 had that to extend with the Boo's Mansion. But like it's just like something that a lot of those older games does. Because a lot of those older games are designed for kids and they kind of want to kind of scare kids, I guess, a little bit. But for me, whenever I play, it just kind of makes me anxious. Like I just kind of have a low tolerance for fear, I guess, and just whenever I play darker themed world games, it just doesn't really scare me, but it just kind of causes me to a little bit on edge.
Nizuwuba. Azinu Bakasiyaba. Upazanaba? Oh, Gooseba.
I'm best friends with Dylan. And to like raise social needs. Friendly.
Bazino Bazaba? Tisaba Neve. Bokushupi Yahoo Balabadi. Mazababo. Oh, uh-huh.
Dylan Knight. Friendly. Let's go ahead and announce birthday.
Do Bojivo. Wuganaba.
That is actually kind of bad. I almost forgot to turn it back to immortal.
Zava Gova Hishiwo Tabuba. Easy.
Gladys Gilman. Who's Gladys Gilman? Yeah, really just killing time.
Ooh.
See, I need you to eat. You need to take a shower and use the bathroom. And we're gonna have you watch TV. And while you are waiting, we're gonna have you invite your friend over. Quiet. Dog is already right outside my door barking.
Oh.
Colonial mailbox, get mail. Star Night, cell phone, call Sam, fight over.
Yorb Pomalagra. Nahabasiwo. The Norkle, the Forkle.
There's a ghost on that bench. Who are you? Max Dalton.
Yaranka.
Waiting on Susanna Nickerson to come over.
Ip! The Pipso toy!
Oh, where do you come from?
Flop, Uranataka. Tip tip. Jumbo Chebadu. Burba Habadorn. Dig?
Hi, Vitor.
Uh-huh. Free Kabolatanu.
Gibobina Ripsnu.
Okay, we're just trying to get up to max affinity. So let's go ahead and tell an amazing ghost story.
Thipsy Norpal. Wavubadat. Tizakira Bozag. Dig?
Sui. Dweeba Wokana. Tuba Yixna Vibo.
Barbagronk. Ina Iba. Mogna. Fuzika. U Blanc. Guinea.
Ah, Tuba.
Mm-hmm.
Debbie Sleeper and she's charismatic.
Jonkle Nifnatu.
And the Nickerson friendly, let's go ahead and gossip.
Flopsy Mendoga. Snimo. Ta?
Hi, Vitor.
Uh-huh. Bargo.
Camisa Wigati. Durfiba.
Friendly, let's go ahead and chat.
Free Kabolatanu.
Weebna
And we're good.
Nang. Weebnabo. Yablanc. Silad.
Smago. Yablanc Mimsies. Vexala Du. Rabazi.
Ask everyone asleep.
Delco Webney. Barco Tansy. Nachunizag.
Borble Blargard. Ibi Nipzob. Stog. Toblet. Dakadu.
Jorg Yaba.
Mm-hmm.
Dador TikTok.
Let's go ahead and clear some of the newspapers out. Leftovers, good big carbonara. Need you to writing, continue writing. Babbitt Mahone? This is Babbitt Mahone. Huh. She is in the household. She interesting. I just kind of like that. I like her more than Takesha, which is who I was before. Light, Stoneworth, Walls. Is Mahone is a new family and the Goth House. Good to know. You've been working your way up the ranks, but no one recognizes you on the street. Your publicist thinks you need to show your fans your. Misread. You need to show your face around the town. Meet at least 4 new Sims in order to win yourself some recognition. We're maybe getting a level in writing. Geeks, nerds, and aliens all will delight with each page of Tanisha's latest science fiction trek through the depths of technology. Blender's Fame 3 is a bold tour de force that attempts to combine the best elements of the genre. Both cannot be missed just as soon as they are hits. Fortunately, Blender's Fame 3 is already established as a hit. Received 6 royalty payments of $241. Payments will be received on Sunday, 12 p.m. How did we not get a level in writing? How close are we? Right on the board, are you serious? Just write a little bit more just so that we write a little bit more just so we can get to level 9 writing. Literally right on the border. So you're gonna get a promotion tomorrow. Take a look at that opportunity. It says it doesn't actually have an expiration date. We can just do it whenever. Like we're going until 3, not 2. Oh my god, he drives a limo to work. Dude, that's freaking awesome. I want to take a limo places. Oh my god. That is fucking awesome. Wow. You know you made it, Win. I'm just gonna see if I can invite Babbitt Mahone over.
Ooh. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Vabadonso.
Kazovani.
We want to play hardball, huh? Gonna try and like build a relationship with her, see what she has. Really, like, I'm really just planning ahead. Like, if she has some traits I think can work with, then I'll go for her. But just really planning ahead. When she gets to be a teenager, then we're gonna try and invite her in to move in with us.
Sukaza.
Why am I being rude?
Gazi woba nazi. Oh, Hizubu.
What did I do to you?
Ulazi dubaza? Oh. Booyaza.
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
Dunaza! Jambazi!
Oh, stop!
Tulavu mazaba? Nevubo sio ahava. Hagusu? Ayetibu.
I don't know. I can't believe I had to use like a.
Kukli fazabu.
Can't believe I had to use a common power just to balance that out.
Oh, Hasine Zuwa Nava. Labu Guba. Hikapa Shu I love. Inabawa. Wobbly Booba. Hanizwa. Fubazi. Nesu Pusu. Asiwayaso. Oh, Kubi.
And this genius. That's actually a really good trait to have.
Zumaya Vuba. Si Bosu. Inava. Kuzo Basimavati. Zuva. Tibugaza. Nuju Baba. Dazu.
I can't invite him over.
Nizu Wuba. Azinu Bakasia ba Upazanava Zobova Navuku Zipaza Vadish.
I don't think I can invite a kid to move in with me. I think it specifically has to be a teenager, but we can try. I would like to be able to add him to the household, just so that we can just keep track of it. 'Cause one thing I absolutely hate is like Sims like getting aging up like too fast.
So.
Hurry up, Dylan. Hurry up, Dylan.
Jimmy.
No, I don't think you can.
La, Uranataka.
Niyo Puku na Fupala. Nivu.
I think we need to get him up to good friend in order for us to
Grumble.
be able to do that, but
Karimble. Quarb.
Oob. Izala. Sabani. Balaba Shubi. Balabadi.
Shishvuna Shibuli. Dapterm. Shoni.
Who? Yibo.
Mhm.
Who? Kubi. Guzi Vazu.
Balabalord.
neat and loner.
Yeah.
Dweeba.
T-whoop. Balabubufi.
I can't see the name Babbage without thinking of the capital writer, Ashley Babbage, who died.
Who? Yibo. Lagoon.
Ha! Woo! Ibni. Welky.
Easy baggy.
Bensny Chibna Lubel.
No, we can't do it. Okay.
Zebni.
Then let's just ask to leave. We'll just keep an eye on her.
Yeah. Saw you. Oh, Aluda.
Unite inventory. It's gonna be teenagers you can do that with. Worth a try. Honestly, there's not much that I think I'm gonna be ending it off at very soon. I'm gonna be perfectly honest here.
Oh. Oh.
What I do want to do is stop painting. I'm gonna use a karma power on Tanisha, and we're gonna do giant jackpot.
Sila naughty. A newbie.
I'm actually gonna go ahead and go into build and buy mode. And because I left the thing, I know for a fact that those food items in here are spoiled. The icebox for serve dinner. Gonna make grilled salmon and grilled salmon. We're gonna have to use a bathroom. Flush and then use. Then we're gonna have to go to sleep.
Oh. Oh.
Gonna have to use a bathroom. Maybe take a shower. We're gonna have to go to sleep.
A never zoo.
Really, I think that the only thing that will actually let my face like not itch as much is just to shave my beard off and trimming it every now and then because I'm trying to like get it uh full on beard, like a mountain man beard like my uncle Craig has, but face is so itchy. Really like my chin and like the area around my mouth.
Ah, V.
So one thing that I'm really looking forward to on Sunday, I will hopefully be finishing the Los Canales storyline, and I will also be hopefully finishing the drug trafficking activity chain, and I will also be starting the West Side Rollers mission chain. So a lot of stuff is gonna happen on Sunday, and I'm actually really looking forward to it. I will say that the only thing that can really stop me from streaming once again, like, is if I have like insomnia the night before. It happened a few times already, but it should be fine. My family was actually talking about going to like a burger place in town well, not really in town, the next town over, that's called Big Al's. That's like the restaurant or the burger place at the next town over. It's actually a really good burger place. The one thing I don't like about it, it's really something kind of minor. Like they have like chopped lettuce or like shredded lettuce that they use as on top of burgers instead of sliced lettuce. I much rather prefer sliced lettuce, but it's actually a really good place to eat.
Speaker.
Don't know if that's what we're going to, but I heard my mom talking about it to my grandpa. My grandpa is actually living with me. He's been living with me for about a month now. It's kind of been frustrating at times because he has COPD, and he was diagnosed with COPD when he was hospitalized a couple months ago. And that meant that he can't smoke anymore because he has too much shit in his lungs and he can barely breathe. And but he continues to smoke. He continues to go outside and has like a couple cigarettes a day, and he just. The thing is, my grandpa is at a point where he doesn't care anymore. He has given up. Like he doesn't care if he lives or dies. He is he also has diabetes, and he constantly eats junk food. He constantly eats sweets, and he just doesn't really care like what happens to his body anymore. And for those curious, in the extreme example with diabetes, it is entirely possible for them to amputate a leg, because I don't really know the reason for it, but people have had that happen before, where they lose a leg because of diabetes.
Badus. Oobala more.
So that's really kind of frustrating. Like my grandpa he doesn't care like whether he lives or dies. He doesn't care if he loses an arm or leg to diabetes. He just wants to live his life. I guess what little life he has left. He's currently like approaching 80 years old, but he doesn't care anymore. Doesn't really care like if he is gonna die in 10 years or if he's gonna die in 1. Just quit caring about his health. He just does like whatever he wants, and it's just really kind of frustrating. It's really hard to have like family members that you're just trying to help, that you're trying to keep around you, and they just don't care. They just give it up. And another thing that I think is also kind of frustrating is you kind of have like conflicting ideology. That's a hard word for me. Why can't I say that word? You have different beliefs. Where he is a hardcore MAGA believer. Like he essentially believes that Donald Trump can do no wrong, and he constantly gets into arguments with my dad over politics. My dad watches MSNBC. I watch like a lot of like stuff from Midas Touch and like Fair and Balanced. So a lot of stuff I watch covers both sides of the political spectrum. What my dad watches really covers one side. But my grandpa just gets so mad. He literally got yelled at my mom, saying that my dad has brainwashed me and him, despite him listening to Fox News every day and believing the blatant lies and propaganda they tell. And he just constantly just is so angry, he is so volatile, and it's just really kind of sad to see someone that I used to love and look up to as a kid. Like I literally call him Papa. He's like the only relative, only grandparent that I had that I ever called Papa, and it's really meant to be like a term of endearment. Like for me, like there's only one Papa. Like I never call like any of my other grandparents Papa. I never call any of my grandparents like any other name except for Grandma and Grandpa. But Papa, I always call Papa. like ever since I was a kid, and it's really kind of sad to see my grandpa just kind of devolve and just not give a shit anymore. But the whole reason why I brought that up is really in connection to something that my overhearing my mom said earlier, which is her bringing up going to like a burger place next town over to my grandpa, and honestly, I haven't been to that place in a while. It kind of sounds kind of good. I think we're gonna end things off here. If you are remotely interested in what you see today, all the games I cover on my channel will be for 100% completion. I'm gonna be streaming Sims 3 Pets yet again next Friday, 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time. I'm gonna be streaming Infamous 1 for 100% completion and the Platinum Trophy on Saturdays, 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time. And I'm going to be streaming Saints Row 1 for 100% completion on Sundays, 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time. If you're interested in games you play for 100% completion, know that I not only go for 100% English statistic, but 100% achievements as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.